honestly, I know it's only March, but I'm going on vacation this month, so I need some new bathing suits. Side note, as I'm posting this, I should hopefully be sitting on a beach somewhere. So if you want to see content from there, I'll still be posting on TikTok and Instagram. And I'm just Amanda Gwenta everywhere. I'll have it linked down below. I've been looking for some bikinis, but a lot of them that I'm seeing they don't come in my size, or if they do come in my size, they're still not made for like plus size bodies. Like they don't have enough fabric or support. That being said, chest support is a huge thing for me, but I'm also looking for like side boob coverage because I've realized that a lot of bathing suits don't come with enough, and I'm not comfortable with having, that much skin showing. And for bottoms, I just would like a decent amount of coverage. Ideally though, they go slightly above my hip, but I don't really care about that. Two of the best brands I've seen are Old Navy and Aerie because they're pretty size inclusive, because Old Navy actually goes up to a 4X in some sizes, which is pretty good. And then Aerie only goes up to a double XL, but according to their size chart, like I should fit anywhere between like an XL or an XXL. Also, they're pretty affordable because I feel like a lot of brands that carry size inclusive things just tend to be more expensive, but it's a pretty good price range for both of them. Old Navy has a lot of good styles. Like I'm having a hard time choosing just one because there's like tankinis, there's off the shoulder ones, there's like only one shoulder, there's strapless, and then they have like a bunch of different types of bottoms as well. And their color options. I must say, I don't think I've ever seen bikinis come in this many colors and patterns. As hard as it is, I think I've settled on 3, which may sound like a lot, but I do want to try different styles. So number 1, I have the matching scoop neck long line bikini swim top for women in the color Daylily. This is one of the bikinis that goes up to a size 4X, which is wonderful. On the model, it kind of looks like it has a little bit more under boob coverage, but then it's a little bit low on the back, so you've still got like some skin showing. And to go with that top, I'm gonna get the matching high-waisted cross-front bikini swim bottoms for women, and also in the color Daylily. So the bottoms are $29.99, and then the top is $34.99. The reviews do seem pretty positive, so I am optimistic. And I'm thinking because it comes up to a 4X that they probably have like plus size bodies in mind when they made them. Well, here is bikini number 1. This is the scoop neck one in the color Daylily. I started with this one because I thought it would be the most stretchy, and I was right. Like this is very stretchy. It fits obviously, but if you were bigger than me, you could still fit in this. Out of all of them, I'm not surprised this one fit me. I am a little bit curious about the other ones, but yeah, this one, it hits right below my belly button, as you can see, but it hits at my hips, and it's not too cheeky. I love the back of this bathing suit. I think it shows skin without being, too much, just for me personally. I don't know if I have like narrow shoulders. I always thought I had broad shoulders, but the straps do kind of hit at like the very ends of my shoulders. I feel like if they were out just like a little bit more, they would constantly fall off, but they're okay now. The color is another thing. I feel like when brands advertise on their social media, sometimes the colors get skewed because of editing. So I really didn't think it would be so bright, and I'm not sure how it's coming across on camera, but this is borderline neon. That being said, I'm not that picky about the color of my bathing suit. And I wanted variety, so this definitely spices things up. In terms of coverage, I think this has like a lot of coverage. Even if you just see right here, like lots of side boob coverage, again, lots of coverage underneath the boob, and it doesn't show too much cleavage. We are off to a much stronger start than I thought we'd be. I don't know if I want to rate it yet because I obviously have to compare them to the other ones, but this is a very strong contender, and honestly, I don't really have any problems with it. I think the only comment would be that I would prefer if it was like a slightly lighter color, but again, I chose this color, so that's on me. The material doesn't feel like super high quality, but for the price point, I didn't really expect it to. Second, I found this off the shoulder top. It's called the Quilted Convertible Bandeau Bikini Swim Top for Women. It is in the color Sunfish, and then it's $34.99. I think having an off-the-shoulder top probably wouldn't be ideal for me, so I do like that it comes with a second strap, so it is essentially like a two straps bikini, even though it's designed to be like worn off the shoulder. I am a little worried about the color because I don't know how I would look in like a pale orange like this, but I feel like out of all my criteria, color is like the least important to me. To go with the top, I found these high-waisted quilted classic bikini swim bottoms for women, and they are $34.99 and also in the color Sunfish. These look like they hit exactly where I would like them to, and the top seems like it has a good amount of underboob coverage because some of the bikinis I have, like, it covers everything, but then there's like an awkward gap underneath. So hopefully that won't happen with this one.
Next up, we have this orange one. And honestly, I love this one too. First thought when I took it out of the bag was it's so soft. Like, this quilted material is super soft. It is a little less stretchy in the top because it has like an elastic band, so it kind of forms to your body. And then the bottom doesn't have that elastic, so it is a little bit stretchier. The bottom is a little bit more full coverage because it doesn't have the crossover detail. But in terms of the back, same amount of coverage as the first one. I think I look pretty good in this, and I love like the asymmetrical neckline. This does feel a little loose, but I realized that it has an adjustable strap anyway, so I can fix that super easily. I don't usually gravitate towards the color orange, but I don't think this looks bad on me, and honestly, the color is very pretty in person. The top has a good amount of coverage right here, and on the other side, it's basically the same amount of coverage. The only difference is like this little peak right here. This side has it and this side obviously doesn't. I definitely prefer the fabric of this one compared to the other one, just because this is so soft. But I feel like that is more like of a traditional swimsuit material. Overall, I really love this one. Like, I liked the first one too, and I'm definitely gonna be wearing it, but I feel like I would probably gravitate towards this as a fit over that one. I think I felt more secure in the first top, but I definitely prefer these bottoms. So yeah, I don't really have, I don't have anything negative to say about this one.
And then third and final option that we've got from Old Navy is the crochet O-ring bikini swim top for women. It only comes in one color, Maplewood, and it's $34.99. I am very intrigued by this because I think the crochet looks so nice, but then also having like the O-ring, I've never had a bathing suit with that because I'm always worried like if it's not full coverage, like something might slip out, but it doesn't look like it would. One thing about this top though that I am interested to see how it works out is the back clasp. It does look a little thin, and I can't see from the photos how good like the side boob coverage is. The matching bottoms for this are called the mid-rise O-ring crochet knit French cut bikini swim bottoms for women, and they are $34.99 in the color Maplewood. Now, mid-rise bikinis, I'm not sure how truthful this is because a lot of brands I feel like just label things low rise, mid rise, high rise, but then they don't really make them those rises. Like, looking at the model, these look like they sit pretty high on her, and I feel like as long as they're not low rise, like I should be okay. For example, I have these jeans, I'm actually wearing them right now, and they were marketed as low rise and they hit at my belly button. So I feel like since high-waisted things are trending, brands aren't really making like that low rise of things. So I'm hoping that's like a similar case here where it's labeled as mid-rise, but it still sits pretty high. Because I spent over $50, shipping is free, so that's great. It says it should be arriving in the next week, so that is very exciting. Our order is placed.
And this is the last bathing suit from Old Navy. And this is definitely the one I was most hesitant about because number one, the top was the smallest and also these bottoms are mid-rise. But I actually really like this. I didn't think this top would be so supportive because it really is. And the side boob coverage is actually very thick. For a typical like triangle bikini, you're really not seeing that much coverage. Like, it's a lot thinner, and that's what I expected. Kind of what I'm talking about is how like thin this part is. That's kind of what I expected all the way through. But yeah, this is actually really supportive. The clasp is a little thin like you just saw, but it doesn't feel flimsy, so that's good. Now for the bottoms, I like to hike up my bottoms. I know you're probably supposed to wear them like this maybe, but I always like to hike them up, and there isn't enough fabric to do so. I would recommend, if you're like me and more high rise, I would probably recommend sizing up. But yeah, these do fit me. I really love the material. It is so cute. I don't know how well it's coming across on camera, but in person, it just looks very expensive. I love the added touch of the O-rings, how they match. It's super adorable. And I think this brown is a neutral enough color that I could probably just mix and match with all my other tops. I think the bottoms are very aesthetically pleasing, so I definitely will be posting them. And if you want to follow on Instagram, I'm Amanda Guenta. The only thing, again, they're mid-rise, which is on me, obviously. That's what they advertised, so that's what I got, which is good. But yeah, I'm so pleased with Old Navy. I am so impressed. I thought at least one of these would probably have to go back, but no, I'm in love.
Next up, we've got Aerie, and not to start this off on a bad note, but I am a little underwhelmed with the amount of styles and options they have. I don't know if it's just because it's early in the year, but there's not a lot of different style options or color options for the styles that they have. A lot of these don't seem to fit my criteria of being full coverage or supportive. That being said, there is this one. It's called the Aerie Jacquard Voop Plunge Bikini Top, and it's on sale right now for $22. And I think I'm gonna get it in the color Violet Flurry because I love lilac on my skin. So I think I'm gonna really like this color. That being said, a lot of the reviews said that this was not for bigger chests, a lot of them. And that does worry me, so I am gonna size up in this one. I am gonna go with an XXL because that's the biggest size that they carry, and hope that it fits. The clasp in the back, again, same problem as with the Old Navy one, does look a little thin, but looking at the model, the side boob coverage does look good. So hopefully when it arrives, it fits well. The matching bottoms for this are called the Aerie Jacquard High Cut Cheeky Bikini Bottom. They're also $22 in the color Violet Flurry. Now, I was a little hesitant to order a cheeky bikini because I thought to myself, well, I was just explaining how I wanted full coverage. But I've been shopping at Aerie for the last couple of years, and I have a lot of their high-cut cheeky underwear, and they are not nearly as cheeky as you might think. So I am pretty confident in ordering this. I don't think that it's gonna be too cheeky for me. This is the purple bikini from Aerie, and initial thoughts, love the color. I think this one and the brown one, hands down, love the colors. It does remind me a lot of the crocheted one, just because of the texture of the material. This isn't crocheted, but it kind of resembles it. I love these bottoms. They're super comfortable, and as I suspected, the cheekiness is fine for me. The bottoms are also very non-constricting. I don't know if that's the formula, but there's definitely some stretch to them. And yeah, overall, these are very, very comfortable. The top, well, the reviews, they were right. The people in the reviews, they knew what they were talking about. I did size up for this top, and it does not support me. I don't think there's enough material. And I think the back clasp is far too flimsy. It is most definitely flimsier than the Old Navy one. And like I said, the top really does remind me of the crocheted one from Old Navy. In terms of support, that one was so much more supportive. It actually covered my boobs. I do have under boob in this, so I wouldn't actually be able to do much in this, I think, without feeling uncomfortable. I think it looks very pretty, and the color is very pretty, and the material is soft, but yeah, it is slightly ill-fitting. I think I'll probably wear it as a top or wear it when I'm lounging. But if I'm actually trying to swim, I don't think this is what I'm gonna gravitate towards. That being said, I don't dislike it enough to return it. I just feel when I have better options, I'm not gonna gravitate towards this one. But in terms of aesthetics, I'm a sucker for this color. Obviously, I've been raving about the bottoms, and I really do like them, but I want to say I almost still like the orange ones the most.
It's definitely between the orange ones and the purple ones. But we'll see how they all rank after I try on my last bathing suit.
I'm not really seeing any other bikinis that I would like to try from Aerie. So you know what? I'll check out their one pieces. I feel like a one piece is a staple to have, and I don't have any, unfortunately. There is this white one. It's called the Aerie Crinkle Scoop one piece swimsuit, and it looks cute. I love textured bathing suits, so that's kind of what caught my eye here. And I do like that there's like an open back, because I feel like with one pieces, sometimes I wish I could show a little bit more skin than I do in one pieces. So the fact that, you know, my back would be bare in this is a good thing. It is on clearance, so it is $25.98. And again, it is white, so I feel like that's a risky choice to make. But I'm thinking if I get it in an XXL, the biggest size they sell, like if it doesn't have to stretch, hopefully it won't be see-through. Yeah, you know what? I think I'll give it a chance. Because not only do I think it could be a good bathing suit, but in the summertime, like wearing it as a top with like the back showing, that does seem very cute. Well, all of my bathing suits have been ordered. Now we wait for them to arrive, and I am crossing my fingers that everything fits.
Well, here we have our last bathing suit from Aerie, and I love how soft this is. It is like a similar material to the bikini from Aerie, and it is decently thick, which obviously you want in a white bathing suit. The color I think looks good on my skin tone. I don't think it's too much. I really do love the back. I love like how much skin is showing. I think it's really nice. But one thing I hadn't considered was how my bathing suit was gonna stay on if I didn't have back support. And it's definitely a bit of a problem just because these are like kind of uncomfortable, just because there's obviously not a lot of room, because they're supposed to be doing like the heavy lifting of keeping the bathing suit on. They are very stretchy, which is a good thing. But yeah, this is definitely not something I had considered with like a low back option. So if you're like me and you didn't consider that when getting like a low back option, and you don't like things like kind of constricting your arm, this probably is not the best option for you. But I think I could definitely learn to live with it. Like even the couple of minutes I've just had it on standing here, I'm noticing it less and less. I think it was just like the initial, I was like, oh, okay, this is kind of uncomfortable. Coverage is obviously super good. It's not too cheeky, and I don't think there's like much cleavage showing. One thing is it doesn't have like chest support. It's definitely not holding anything up, but it is covering them, and it's not like dragging them down. So I'm okay with it. The built-in cups though, they end right here, and my boob doesn't end until right here. So they're definitely not made with bigger chests in mind, but I don't think you can tell on camera, and I don't think it's super noticeable in person either. One test I wanted to do specifically just for this white bathing suit is get it wet and see if it's see-through. Because taking it out of the packaging, I could tell like the color of the pad, that's how see-through it kind of looked. So I am worried that when it's wet, it's gonna be see-through, and obviously you don't wanna find that out when you're already at the beach. So I'll be right back. And we're back. First things first, this was so incredibly cold to put on. I am so uncomfortable, I should have used hot water. Number two, I mean, I can see where the pads are, but I don't know if that's just because I know where they are. I don't think it's as see-through as I thought it would be, but I feel like it's probably a little bit more see-through than it was before. That being said, looking in the mirror, I don't think I'd be scared to get this wet out in public, which is good. In terms of ranking these bathing suits, I'm gonna have to say that we'll start with bottoms. The purple Aerie ones, most comfortable, I've decided. Second, close second, is the Old Navy orange ones, and then the crossover daylily ones, and then lastly the crochet O-ring ones. And then in terms of tops, I don't know if I can actually rank them successfully, because I think it's all about what you're looking for out of your bikini. Like out of the three, I'd be completely content wearing any of them. I think it really does matter like what you're looking for. If you're looking for more coverage, I would recommend the Old Navy daylily ones. If you're thinking about what might look cutest on like Instagram, I would say the crochet O-ring's the best. And then if you're looking for like actual support, I'd probably say that the chest support in the orange one from Old Navy is the best. So to me, they're all up there, except for the purple Aerie one. I do have some problems with that one, so that one's gonna be last, and then the other three, you know, they can be first, second, and third. And then this one, I think this is super cute to wear as a shirt. I think wearing high-waisted jeans so that like your back is peeking through, I am definitely wearing that. Like jean shorts, so cute. This one's not really supportive. It is full coverage, which is good, but the color is a bit see-through too. So honestly, out of all of them, I would rank this one before the purple bikini. As a matching set, I'd probably rank the orange ones first, the Daylily one second, the crochet O-ring third, this white bathing suit fourth, and then the purple one from Aerie fifth. Yeah, I think that's my final ranking. Overall, I was not nearly as like disappointed as I thought I'd be. Not even in terms of like the company, but I really didn't think that so many like of the straight size bikinis would fit me, but they did. And since Old Navy goes up to a 4X, that means like a lot of different body types can wear that. So I don't feel as hesitant recommending you go out and buy the Old Navy ones, because maybe if you're a couple sizes bigger than me, you might not be able to fit into the Aerie ones, because both of the Aerie ones I ordered in the largest sizes that they carry. So yeah, honestly, I would recommend checking out Old Navy. I was pleasantly surprised with everything from there. And I feel like if you're probably a little bit smaller chested, Aerie has a lot of cute options. But in terms of the bigger sizing and like the chest support, I would say Aerie does have like a little bit of work to do. That being said, I hope you found this video insightful, and if you liked it, I'd appreciate if you gave it a like, comment, or subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week. Without fail, in every video.